Hello guys, welcome to my channel Techmon.in. So I'm starting rebooting the series on how to create tic-tac-toe game in Unity. My heartfelt apologies that earlier I created few videos on how to create tic-tac-toe in Unity and also how to pass data from one frame or one scene to another. But those were not perfect. They had few issues like screen resolution and all that, and also tic-tac-toe 1 was not complete. It did not contain how we write the win condition and all that, so my heartfelt apologies for that. So now I'm rebooting the series and I will cover those things, so you will learn how to create a two-player game, both in which both are human, right? And also a version where a player will be playing against a CPU version. So we will also learn how will we write the AI part of that. So basically we will be using min-max trees to write the AI part. So we'll cover that in future videos. So right now let's start. So we will create a new project here. So we will be writing a 2D game. So yeah, you can turn it on or off depending upon your case. So I will be naming the project as TicTacToe. So also I've already loaded the Visual Studio here because it takes a lot of time to load. But there is no script loaded. We will be writing a scripts in the game itself. So I'm just waiting for this to open up. New project. Meanwhile, it will open up. So this background which I've set, so I created for I revamped my channel. Thumbnails, the logo. Let me walk you through the assets I'll be using. So this is the background image which will be behind the main screen and also in the game screen. This is the bar will when a player has won. So we'll mark the cells where the player won, right? If it is the entire first row, we will put this bar there. This is an empty cell here. This is the background, white background. I will put it behind the logo, then the board of the tic-tac-toe, then here the cross, empty cell on which we will be clicking to, put the conditions. We'll see all those. Not, then quit game option, logo for quit game, and this is the logo of the splash screen. It doesn't usually take that much time, but it is taking some. So this is the new logo. If you watched my previous video, you must be aware how the logo looked. So I revamped it. I don't know. I haven't got any feedback on that. So if you have any, please do share. So we have all Unity loaded up. So this is the assets folder I have here. I'll just drag it and drop into this project folder. Then as you can see, we don't have any scenes here. Just a sample screen. So let me delete it. So we will be creating new scenes. So let me save as in scenes folder, splash screen. Okay, and then let's create another new scene. Let's save as inside scenes folder only, main screen. Okay, and then new scene. This will be our game. So let me save scene as again in scenes folder, game screen. Okay, screen. Okay, so we have this ready. Now in assets, we have all the art of the game, and then in scenes we have this. Also, we'll be needing two more folders. One will be scripts where we will keep all the scripts of the game, and then another folder where we will keep our prefab. So we'll learn about it. So I'll quickly tell you what's the difference between a prefab and an image or a normal asset. So for example, this is an image. So let me just edit it. Okay, I edit it, centered it, I changed the change its resolution. So these changes are for this particular image only, right? If I have to spawn a new same image, then it won't be having the properties we have already changed. Like it won't be centered at 0, it won't have be scaled by 50%, right? It won't have these property. But if I put them in prefab, I just have to drag and drop here. So let me delete this one. The changes I made are stored here. As you can see, whenever I spawn it, position parameter will change where I'm putting it, but look at the scales here, right? There, the image is already scaled at scaled by 50%. It is 1.5 as we set here. So that's how prefabs and normal images are different. In prefabs, I can put all the property where the scripts or any other changes I have to make, and once I've stored it, simply drag and drop here. Whenever I'll spawn this object, automatically will be with all those settings. So that's the difference between prefab and normal asset. So I'm not creating a prefab for background because I don't require to spawn it, at least for not this game, right? Also about this resolution, I've already selected the resolution as 1364 by 768, so you can change any resolution from here. Okay, I am keeping it at this. Also the white rectangular box which you can see here, right? This is the visible portion of the game which we will be seeing here, right? So let me start now. First, let's open the splash screen. So we'll create that. This is the blank image. I'll center it at 0 and just expanding it, though by 1.5 also it will work. Okay, so it covers my game screen. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my logo here. So as you can see, my logo is not visible. The reason being, uh, as in sorting order, it is not, we have to change the sorting order of every asset we put on the screen, right? So currently the sorting of both of them for this white background and also for, let me, also let me center it. Now it looks good. So yeah, also both of them are 0, so I'll do, I'll put it at 1. Now it is visible, right? So we'll also center it at 0 and definitely going to increase the size of it. We'll scale it by 2 point. Okay, so you can have, as you can see here, it is taking the entire space. So that's all for this black screen. We are not going to animate or anything right now. So also what we have to change scene, go to next scene, which will be the main screen where we'll have the option and everything. So what we'll do, we write a short script here. We'll go to create, we'll write C# script screen. Okay, so let me, so we'll give feedback later. So yeah, we'll be clearing this out. We need to create a public float type object. We'll say duration. It will contain the duration of, like, for how many seconds you want to show this, display this splash screen. And then what we'll do for, so update function is called like every frame, called once per frame, in every frame. So what we'll do, we will decrease the duration of this object. So we'll write a condition if duration is less than 0.0, f means float value. So if it falls below 0, then we will go to next scene. So we will use scene manager dot load scene, and we have already given you know Here in scenes we have already created our screens. So we next from splash screen we will be going to main screen. Okay, so I'll write that name here, main screen. So this is when the duration has already fallen below 0, right? But what if duration is greater than 0? Then in either you can write outside or you can write else condition. So for clarity, let me write else condition here. So if it is not less than 0, what we'll do, we will decrease the duration by some delta, by some time delta. Okay, so you must be wondering what is delta time. So it is like a variable in which some default value has been kept, and that default value is 0.2 seconds, right? So it will decrease this duration by 0.2 seconds in every frame. Okay, so by 10 frame the total time reduced will be 2 seconds. So let me also create one. Okay, so what I'll do, I will assign it to. So I'm doing this just to show you what is the default value inside this time dot delta time. So let's go back to our game here. Uh, Scripts. I'll assign this script to camera object because that is something which will remain throughout the game. So as you can see here, I think. Okay, so what it cannot be called here, as you can see the error, unity exception delta time is not allowed to be called from constructor. We have to call it in awake or start. So I'll just awake. Inside this I'll just write this condition. I'll copy this, paste it here. Okay, so now the difference is here it is not allowed, so when we will start the game it will put this value here. So we won't be able to see it here as is as of now, but when I'll run the game, let it start. As you can see here, so the time delta is 0.02, and since our default value in duration was 0, it just subtracted it once and stopped there. So now what we'll do, we will assign some value here, 5 seconds. Okay, and now let's test it out. uh, so as you can see here, it is increasing and now it went less than 0. So one more thing, as you can see the error here, main screen could not be loaded because it has not been added to the build setting. So ideally when this value here duration went less than 0, it should automatically go to next scene, but the reason it did not go there is in file build settings we will have to add the scenes. So I'll add my screens, splash screen, main screen, and I also add game screen, and that's it. Now let's run it again and see. So it will take a while. So in main, as you can see, it is reducing it. So it will show this screen here for 5 seconds, and now as you can see here, it went to main screen. Okay, so I'll stop my game, and that's all for the splash screen. Okay. Uh, so I'm deleting this awake function because that is not required, but I just to show you what was the default value in delta time. So that's all for this first video. I will cover the rest, how to create main screen, that is put text and buttons in there using Unity UI engine. So we'll cover that in next part. So hope you are enjoying this and learning from it. Thank you so much. Bye bye. See you next time.